If you're looking for a convenient hike that's near Portland that's not Forest Park, I can't recommend the Mirror Lake Trail enough. A lot of people who want to move to Oregon are looking for the best hikes in the area. So let's start with one that's easy to get to and popular for a reason. Getting to the Mirror Lake Trailhead from Portland is about an hour-and-a-half drive, depending on traffic and what time of day you're going. You'll either take 84 west towards Troutdale or Highway 212 through Damascus and Boring to meet up with Highway 26. Once you're out of the city, you're on a beautiful stretch of highway going into the Mount Hood National Forest. At several points along the drive, you'll start to see little glimpses of the mountain, including one particularly stunning reveal that happens when you come around this corner. You'll need to get a parking pass for this trip, either at the ranger station in Zigzag or by stopping at REI. We got a day pass for this trip because the REI location we stopped at was sold out of the annual passes, but it's just $5 a day for the day pass. The Mirror Lake Trail is one of those hikes that everyone does because it's right off the highway, which makes it really accessible. You don't have to go off-roading several miles on gravel roads to get to the trailheads like you do with Lolo Pass. Aside from being dog-friendly, the easy access and parking, another thing that makes Mirror Lake Trail accessible and popular is that it's not a hike with extreme elevation, but there's a little bit of gain, which is enough for a little challenge, and it makes it a solid hike rather than simply a nature walk, while still being pretty easy. Most hiking guides call this a moderate hike, given the little bit of elevation gain and some steep grades. The lake at the end of the hike gives you a beautiful view to work towards, and everyone loves a view as a reward for a hike. The full Mirror Lake Trail is about 4.3 miles with about 666 feet of elevation gain going from the trailhead to the lake, circling around the lake, and then back down to the trailhead. Depending on your pace, plan on at least a couple hours for this hike, and longer if you're planning to hang out at the lake for a bit. There are spots around the lake to sit and chill in the shade with your lunch, and if you're brave enough, you can even swim in the lake. But keep in mind, this lake is filled with glacial runoff, so even in the summertime, the water will be quite cold. If you want to continue your adventure, you can trek from the lake up to the Tom, Dick, and Harry Mountain Trail, which makes the full trip about 8.2 miles with an almost 1,700 feet of elevation gain. This makes it a significantly longer and more strenuous hike with some different terrain, though it's still considered moderate. All this makes the Mirror Lake Trail a convenient one for where you can choose how long you want to go based on your skill level, whether you want to stay under 700 feet of elevation gain and under 5 miles, or if you're going to increase that significantly and have an even better lookout at the end by continuing on the Tom, Dick, and Harry Trail. The Mirror Lake Trail is one you can do any time of year. I've hiked it in every season. If there's snow, you'll want to wear snowshoes, of course, and when it's iced over, you're going to need microspikes. The trade-off of an accessible hike like this with easy parking and a great payoff view at the end is that it's quite popular. On our recent visit, we arrived just as what looked like several field trips of middle schoolers were coming down off the mountain. It's going to be more crowded on the weekends, of course, as well as during the summer months when schools are out. So going midweek or in the shoulder seasons will be your best bet for fewer people. For the drive back, we like to stop at the Dairy Queen just before you get to Zigzag. They have dairy-free dilly bars that we are basically dreaming about the whole time we're hiking down the mountain. Let me know in the comments if you've hiked the Mirror Lake Trail and if you've ever hiked up to Tom, Dick, and Harry. Happy hiking!